I like to say that I'm an omnipreneur. I do a little bit of everything. Some of the kids might say, oh, you're a hustler. Whatever the case is, by any means necessary, we get it done, right?
Okay, whatever.
So I brand the ABC concept. So my first business is Amazing Business Concepts. I like to tell people that I make people's business needs as easy as ABC. So that's anything from your administrative support to business consulting and things in between. My second business, I'm an owner of a boutique, Blue Boutique and Studio. It's located in Jonesboro, Georgia. And then lastly, my self-brand, Chivonne Noel, as a public speaker. So that's the ABC. So I have a background in real estate. I started, right out of high school, went into corporate America, and I never saw entrepreneurship in my family. I really didn't have a lot of mentors and things like that I saw doing it. But the young lady that's going to speak later, she touched on a lot of things with her book that she has. I didn't catch her name, but a lot of the things in her book is things that I believe. Grace and mercy. I didn't go to school. I didn't, fall into anything per se. Sometimes I tell people I can't take credit for a lot of things I do. It's nothing but God's grace and His mercy that has me here. I also like to say, and I actually have t-shirts in my shirt, I am woman. What's your superpower? How many of you know that you have everything that you need to succeed within you? I like to touch on 3 superpowers that I'm going to share with y'all today. The power of prayer, the power of positive affirmation,
Come on now.
and the power of perseverance. I want y'all to know before you leave here today that you can do anything. The Bible tells us. Not that we can do some things, a select few things, not just on Tuesdays, but all. Absolutely. We can do all things. And I'm a living testament of it, and I know that you all are too. Everybody's got a story, so I'm going to share a little bit of mine with y'all today. I started my first business when my mother got terminally ill with colorectal cancer. She's had several cancers, from breast cancer on down. But that colon cancer, y'all, was a beast. But like I said, that was a strong, praying, persevering, positive, affirming woman. She prayed like nobody's business. She battled it for 8 years, and unfortunately, she did pass. But I started my first business because of her. I wanted to be able to be there with my mother as she had to go through 6 to 8 hours of chemotherapy, several rounds of radiation, surgery after surgery after surgery. I just couldn't foresee myself sitting at somebody's desk answering their phones and answering emails at a 9 to 5. My employer at the time, I went to her and talked to her and asked her if I could telecommute, if there was other options, and I thought we were friends, and I would say we are. But guess what? I learned my first business lesson at that very moment.
That's right. Talk about it.
She told me no. She didn't meet me in the middle. Didn't give me a plan B. So I went back to my desk. I cried. I called my husband, and I went back and I gave her a 2 weeks notice that very moment.
All right now.
But I learned from that lesson. Business is business.
That's right.
Forget about friendship. Forget about what we do outside. Forget about I pick her kids up from school. Forget about all that.
Talk about it.
She had a business to run, and she showed me that. And I took that as a valuable lesson. I couldn't, turn my nose up at her and all that kind of stuff. Life lessons, and I appreciated that. Because then I took that and applied that to my business. So then I started my business, and I just thought that if I could do something to supplement my administrative salary, y'all probably know that makes about $14, $15 an hour. Not huge money, but enough to, do what you got to do. So I thought if I could supplement my income, my husband took care of home, I'll be all right. That's when that grace comes in again, y'all.
Yes.
God's mercy.
Don't you see?
I thought that if I can just do virtual assistant work, answer some emails, etc., I'll be okay. The sky is just a beautiful view. It's not the limit.
That's
y'all.
right. That's right.
Do y'all know that my business took off and ran like I never could foresee, that I could never imagine? I was able to staff people's full administrative support, like a staffing agency. I got subcontracts for government entities. I helped implement the first community improvement district in Clayton County. The grace of God, y'all. I don't have a degree. I don't have formal training in that area. Clients were calling me. I wasn't even marketing. I don't think y'all hear me. When I tell y'all I was falling in my lap. Favor. People ask me all the time, how'd you do it? And I can't even tell them. I prayed over that thing. That's what I did. I positively affirmed over that thing. That's all I can tell people. So moving forward, before my mother passed, I was able to share with her that I got my first $20,000 contract. At that moment, she wasn't talking very much anymore, and she was passing, but I can see her face. That smile she gave me was priceless, and she knew her baby girl was going to be fine. So 2015, my mom passed. 2016, I was going to real estate school. A lady ran a red light and almost killed me. They had to pry me out of my vehicle. My vehicle was smoking. I prayed. I said, Lord, please don't let me burn in this car. I couldn't get out. They took me to Pete My Henry. They couldn't do a thing for me. They transported me to Grady. Those of you that are from Atlanta, you know that Grady is Atlanta's headquarters for trauma. I had to have 3 surgeries. I have a metal plate in my hip with pins. I had to take a year of rehab and learn how to walk again.
My God.
The grace of God, y'all. I'm standing here before y'all today, walking around, and you probably wouldn't have had to even guess in a million years.
Wow.
I laid in that hospital bed because they didn't know how long it was going to take. That's that positive affirmation. I said, I will walk again.
Yes.
By the grace of God, I will walk again. Do y'all know when I put on my first set of heels again, how happy I was? I got on my flats today, but when I put them heels on, y'all can't tell me nothing. Favor, God's mercy. So after that, I was feeling like, okay, my family really, really needs a woosah moment. It's been a little bit much, to say the least. So the next year, I took my family on vacation. We went to Bermuda. I was excited, tickled. My husband, my son, that's here today, my grandmother, she was almost 90, is 90 now. We went to Bermuda. My husband passed away on the beach.
I'm going to speak for 8 minutes.
My God.
To say the least, I had about enough. We had talked about a few businesses that we were going to open up, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to be real quick. So I opened my second business through that. Because after that, I said, I can't let his life be in vain.
That's right.
My husband gave me the opportunity to be able to step away from the 9 to 5 and say, baby, I got that. And to take care of home. Because as you know, when you start up businesses, it's slow. It can be a little rough. So he gave me that support. And I appreciate that because not everybody does that. Some people's like, you better get that regular money, that comfortable money, right? So I started my next business, Blue Boutique and Studio. September 14th, I did my grand opening. That's my husband's birthday. I dedicated my store to him.
Amen.
But again, that's that grace, that positive affirmation, because I could have very well have taken all those life circumstances and not got up again. Not move through with none of that stuff again. Because when nobody looking for me at a job, since, I worked for myself and all that kind of stuff, so no one was holding me accountable.
That's right.
No one was expecting anything. So again, that's just that grace that gave me the strength. How many of you know today that you have strength inside of you to pick up the pieces to your life and push through? Ladies, push through. No matter what you got going on, you got this. No matter what life throws your way. Did y'all see the movie Girl Trip? And what did the main character do all the time? When she got down, she stood there. She spoke life back into herself, didn't she? I am beautiful. I am strong. I will. I can. So I want to encourage you ladies to do the same. Speak life back into yourself. Pray over your life and persevere. Push through. No matter what, you can do it. You got this. Don't let nobody tell you you can't. Because you know different. You can. You will. Absolutely. Thank you all for letting me share today. I hope that you was able to take something away from my story. And you all have a blessed